to set your long-term goals for something to work towards, to make those long, tough days worthwhile, because you have that thing to push for. But what happens inevitably with most people is they let their short-term impulses take over and derail those long-term goals. Material possessions are usually the culprit for this type of impulse buy. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting material possessions. You just have to make sure you build them in to fit your long-term goals. For me, they're usually cars, and I don't have one on now, but watch it. I use them as savings accounts, and it works for me by overall not losing as much as I would to just go out and buy other things. So there's groups that I'll link below that give way better descriptions and details on how to do this, and that's what I use. It's Exotic Car Hacks and Watch Trading Academy. There are other things that people might want. For me, it might be shoes or electronics, the newest phone, whatever it is. And you do not want to just let your short-term impulse want of that new item because of commercials or whatever making you think that's what you need, so it doesn't derail your long-term plans for putting you in the life that you want and deserve. So you pick what your long-term goal is as a person. And that's going to be unique for everybody, because what I want might be different than what you want, and that's okay. But what you have to do then is work backwards into small, achievable chunks, so it doesn't seem like this unreachable goal. And what you do with some of the more significant of those achievable chunks are you let that material possession you want be the reward for achieving that goal. So it's going to achieve two things that are instrumental in long-term success in achieving who you want to be. The first is it's going to make you practice delayed gratification. And that benefits you across the board in your life if you can practice that. What it is like you want the new iPhone. Instead of just going and dropping $1,200 or $1,300 or $2,000, whatever they are now, you say, if I achieve this goal that I've been working towards, my reward for the hard work will be the new iPhone. And that delayed gratification is also going to lead towards focus and determination to achieve the goal that you've been grinding towards. And that's going to help you on those days where you're like, I just don't feel it, things are a struggle, like I can't get this thing to work. It makes those days worthwhile because there is that thing in the immediate future that once I accomplish this, I get this. I do that for shoes, I do it for hats, I do it for car parts, I do it for anything that is no chance of recouping what you've spent on it. The cars and the other things like that are more when I have a specific amount of savings put into a savings account to where I decide I can enjoy it with something like this. And then the depreciation of the car, I do my best to minimize that. I need a car. So if the difference between what I spent on the car and what I get out of the car when it's time for the new one somehow equals out to near what I would have spent for a Honda, an Infiniti, a Lexus, or whatever the sensible car would be, then I came out perfect. And I got to enjoy something that makes me happy on a different level, because I love cars so much that it makes that little bit of a loss equal, if not better, than the person who lost the same amount on a car that they don't have that emotional connection with. And that's how I get through the tough days, the struggles. So you have to keep looking at your goals and the micro goals you've set to reach that big goal. What you'll notice along the way is there's a compounding effect that starts to happen. And those little goals will just start getting knocked out. And before you know it, you're at the long-term goal. And you don't want that to be, and I'm done. You have to keep adding to it. Make that thing that was your ceiling that you weren't sure you could achieve, make that your basement now. That's the worst you're allowing to accept. And then keep pushing to be more. It doesn't always have to be monetarily. It could be anything that you value. It could be being a better spouse. It could be being a better parent. It could be being a better son, daughter, whatever. Whatever it is that's important to you, set those goals, achieve those goals, and push forward. It could be more charity work. It could be anything that you value. I know I'm like a broken record saying that, but because I value certain things that take money does not mean that's what you have to do. That does not have to be your only goal, is to make more. Have your business be worth more. Like, my priorities have changed quite a bit in the last few years to where I no longer only want my specific business, KeySmart, to make X amount of dollars and constantly want to have that number grow and be more and more and more. I want to now help people in blue collar industries do what I've done. If I tell you I'm a locksmith and I own a McLaren 720, I own an Aston Martin, I own a G-Wagon, I own all these things, right? I have a house worth X amount of dollars. Most people would say it's impossible, or I came from money, or something like that. It's not. I want to help other people in blue collar service-based industries be able to do what I do. And that's how I started with the book. Is I was writing a business book, and it turned into what's the first step you need to accomplish to have a successful business. So you have to have the right mindset, and that's why my book, It's All Your Fault, is all about mindset, because that is the most important step to success in life, not just business. You don't have to own your own business. Whatever it is in life you want, fix your mindset. Everything else gets easier from there. I know it's not the normal car video, but these are the types of things that I've achieved to get me to be able to own the cars that I get to talk to you guys about. This isn't my business. This is what I do for fun. This is how I want to share my experience, because when I was a kid, this is what I wanted. I wanted this stuff. At a certain point in my life, I did not think this stuff was actually within reach for me or attainable until I fixed my mindset. And now I want other people to experience this stuff and know they are just as capable, if not more, than I am. So see you on the next one.